Alright, I did not mean for that 7-minute video, but I'm gonna get to the straight point facts, man, alright? We're in an official economic curse. Okay? Slave descendants, aka people with no money, were working and working. I'm not going to get really date-wise 1900s, 1800s on you. I'm just going to say facts. They weren't used to money. Slave masters created money because we were the money. Tobacco. You know, I really hate the fact that I smoke. Because this shit, tobacco, Newports, that's what they traded us for. Oh, and just because you got white skin, all who we call trailer trash or they act black, they were slaves too. Because you don't go high and then come all the way down to black folk level. Think about it. Alright? And the niggas that did have money, they were nowhere near the fucking fact where we were. My grandma's from St. Louis. That means her family moved to St. Louis. Her grandmother moved to St. Louis. But they grandmas were slaves in there. So, they create money in the early 1900s. Look it up. I'm on Wiki all the time. So, out Wiki me. Out web search me. Please. I'm saying, get your information. I'm looking up everything. Hinduism, Buddhism, nigga kleptomaniacism, nigga. I'm looking up everything, nigga. Nigga, who was the top 10 serial killers in 1979, nigga? I'm looking up everything, Anyway, they create the money in 1900s, nigga. They realized there wasn't really too much financial significant progress. That's when they knew their money was working. If you want to know what I'm talking about, look at how the movie In Time is. And I'm probably going to get In Time all fucked up right now, but look at In Time. Justin Timberlake, fast forward it, Blu-ray it, Netflix it, get it in your fucking system today. In Time. The dude and the driver, when he goes through all the time zones, okay, they look at him funny. He's like, dude, what the fuck, cuz? Like, for real. And even the toll booth people are like, what the fuck? Because he wasn't even supposed to get past, let's say there's 10 zones and he's in 10 because it's a ghetto, 1 is rich. He wasn't even supposed to get past, counting down, he wasn't supposed to get past 6. That's 4. So they didn't even expect him to get halfway there. He's supposed to get to 4. They observed, what? You're going where? Exactly. Now, then you call the dudes that were like following him and shit, fucking with him and the daughter girl, timekeepers. Okay, well look, put it like this. Dead Presidents, one of the greatest movies of all time. Hughes Brothers, Lorenz Tate, Chris Tucker, early up and comings. That money, man. They will now. Lorenz Tate, what drove him to that money? Then think about the police that had to protect that money. Then think about the sentence dished out over that money. It's just a symbol. Because rich people don't use money. They use words and signatures. Money's for us. The big we're about to lose is put our foot on if someone drops something. A change, a penny, a coin, a debit card, a credit card. You notice how they send all of us credit cards at 18, right? But anyway, I'm going into the 1900s. I'm going to get to up to the 2000s. 1900s, they see we wasn't really going past the economical bubble. So they created their classes. They did a gold seizure. They started World War I. They did all the bombs. Dropping. Testing in the water and all that shit. This is between 1900 and 1930. It caused that Great Depression. Then they institute doing this shit. Could you imagine dust being everywhere? Cause for how long did they say it was? 9 years? You couldn't go outside for 9 years? You couldn't imagine that right now, cuz. You couldn't imagine that right now for 9 years, not be able to go outside without getting a face full of fucking mud in your face all the time and breathe it in. 9 years, cuz. Great Depression, cuz. And that's when they created the motherfucking little social security tax and all that shit, right? Okay, so then bam, 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 bam. We survive all that shit. 40s, 50s. That's when my grandma was born, 40s. You know what I'm saying? So, we survive all that shit. Then bam, 50s hit. Rock and roll. We found a little avenue to make some money. They rape us. Elvis Presley clause. Elvis Presley law. Look it up. He was entitled to get any song that came off a hit. If 10 people danced to it, he had the right to sing it first. Okay? 50s, 60s. Do the little thing with Muhammad Ali. Now, I said the movie earlier, In Time. If you're following with me, I do movie references. I think that's what's going to separate me a lot from a lot of people. Look at Muhammad Ali movie, Will Smith. They look at the newspaper and they say, man, we got to get this guy. Just to fuck with him. A game. Bring you forward to trading places. They bet over $1. It's a game. Because, real talk, I know they be having these little old shows, Sanford and Son on, and they be like, damn, I only got paid, I get paid $2 a day. I do it all the time. It's a little thing on Google. I say, what was $1,000 in 1960? And real talk, cuz, $1,000 was like, I'll say 10. It was like $10,000. Fuck it. So bam, then they start seeing we okay. We got people excelling, singing, boxing. Okay, you want to hit us with the little blackface and shit. Okay, we'll do blackface, okay. But we starting to get dominant. We starting to come up. Olympics. You can't hold us out in the Olympics. Oh, okay. Now, okay, presidents, Martin Luther Kings, and war. Oh, now you want to hit us with war. Now you want to hit us with Vietnam. You drafting us. Now you hitting us with drugs. Yeah. And then I'm going to say this. I'm going to catch your attention with this. Every disaster happens on a 1. 61. Yeah. Fucking 81. That's when AIDS was introduced. And motherfucking every 20 years and fucking 9/11, 2001, and in 1941, Pearl Harbor. Alright? So, in 1921, the start of the Great Depression. 1901, gold seizure, creation of money. And see, that's what they're going to do now with firearms. I've been hearing that a lot. People, even that felons, saying, oh man, I got pulled over with the burner, but shit, they let me go though. Because it wasn't an automatic or a semi-automatic. Yeah, man, it's a gun seizure now. And they killed them little girls up there. So to keep you going, 60s, 70s, they bring in the drugs in Vietnam, blah, blah, blah. Movie reference, Denzel Washington, American Gangster. Okay? And then they showing you, okay, cap you off into the 70s, that's New York. Then we'll bring you into the early 80s, Scarface. But then again, I'm not even explaining all the mafia movies that take place between the 1910s to the 1990s. And I'm not even mentioning the Hoover movie with Leonardo DiCaprio's reign, which I haven't seen all of. But, and their movies, Casino, Goodfellas. It's an accurate portrayal. The Godfather 1 and 2 are accurate portrayals, because a lot of those gangsters were early poor people in Little Italy. But they weren't really poor. They were just, anyway, they always try to make the motherfucker look poor. Then when he rises up to, he deserves to be there. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, like I said, early 80s, then they bring out crack. And really, the impact of New Jack City, I remember being a kid. Ain't nothing for the New Jack City. My $9. Hey, get a love for money. We'll stand their own money for the love of money. I was watching that shit, man. You'll be ready, I'm gonna die. I had to do it. I mean, I'm going over 10 minutes here. I had to do it, man. So, crack, man. Crack. And they saw we were getting so good over the age shit. Oh, they loved it. Oh, they hated it. They hated it, and they decided to call it the Vietnam War because most black people survived. Then they go into the Gulf. That was pretty much just the wow. And then you know, we got some heroes shining through early 80s, but then, you know, when we created hip hop, man, that really pissed them off.